Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Carla with today's inspiration, and as always, I'm happy to be here to encourage you and to remind you and to inspire you to live every day on purpose. You know, the day that you have arrived, the day that you've learned everything that there is to learn, the day that you know it all, is the day that you begin to die. Hear me out. I'm not talking a physical death. I'm talking a spiritual debt and an emotional debt, a mental debt, because there's nothing else for you to gain. You will become stagnant. And I use this example quite often about a plant. I love plants, I love house plants at least. And I do know this. I do know that when a plant has reached its potential in a pot, when its roots have grown as far as they can grow and it cannot go any further, that plant will stop growing. And if something stops growing, there's only one other option for it, and that is to die. You're either growing or you're gonna die. There's only two ways. And so when the plant outgrows that pot, it is best that the person transplant the plant into a bigger pot so that the roots can continue to grow and stretch and to go further so that they will not come to a standstill. The same with us. Never, ever stop learning. Don't think you know it all. Don't think you've learned it all. Don't think you have come as far as you can go. Never think that you have finally arrived. You know, life is not a destination. At least success is not a destination. It's the journey of getting there. It's what you learn along the way as you're arriving, as you're becoming. You're always becoming. You see, you're always becoming. You still have a ways to go. You still have more to take in. You still have more to see. You still have more to learn. You still have more to change. Don't ever think that you cannot improve. Mama always told me that there's always room for improvement. I don't care how great you think you are. I don't care how much you think you know. I don't care how much you've obtained in this world, in this life. There's still more. There's room for improvement. There is something that you can do better. There's something that you need to change about yourself that will make you a better person. Because if there's no more room for improvement, that means you're perfect. And nobody's on this side of heaven is perfect. Nobody's perfect. Only perfect person that ever walked this earth was Jesus the Christ. And that certainly isn't you. He's coming back, but he's not back yet. But he will be back. And that's not you. Okay, there's always room for improvement. I don't care how old you are. You could still learn something else. And you might think that you've seen it all. You've heard it all. You've been through it all. You know how they say, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You'd be surprised. There's something else. Sometimes the lesson to learn is that you don't know it all. That's a lesson right there, you know. And so keep your mind open. I know sometimes, especially when you've been through a lot, you really do feel that there's nothing else you could see or nothing else you could learn from it. And especially when the lesson may come from a younger person, you may feel like they can't teach me nothing. They can't tell me nothing. I've been here. I've done that. I wrote the book. You may think so, but you could see things from a different perspective. Doesn't mean necessarily that you have to learn more math, arithmetic, English, whatever. Maybe it doesn't mean that, but maybe you could see it a different way. So that's learning. That's a lesson. It's something that you've gained. Okay? There's different ways of learning. And that might be something we need to learn, that we can learn differently. So never stop learning. Never lose the desire to learn more, to gain more. insight. At least gain more insight. We don't want to gain no more weight. No. Gain more insight. Gain more knowledge. Maybe, whatever. I mean, we could learn to be nicer to people. There's always room for improvement. I don't care how good it is or how perfectly whatever it is that you've done is done. There was still something that you could have done better about it. So don't shut it out. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't get mad when people tell you something. Just take it for what it is. Take what you can from it and absorb what there is for you. Okay, even the Bible. The Bible doesn't change it because the Bible is the Word of God. And His Word does not change. He's the same today, yesterday, and forevermore. So His Word doesn't change. However, and you may have read the Bible front to back, Genesis to Revelation 100 times. You may have done that. But I guarantee you that when you go read it again, you can gain a new insight. Sometimes some things are not for you at that particular moment, at least the lesson. It was all already there. But sometimes we don't see things because of where we are. Sometimes it's just not the time. But when the time is right, what it is for you to see in that particular passage or whatever, you will see it. Did the Bible change? No. Did God change? No. Did His Word change? No. Did you change? Yes. You changed at that moment to receive what you needed because nothing else changed. So you've learned something new. Remember, there's room for improvement. Ask God to let you be sensitive to that and to keep your mind and your heart open so that you don't shut it out and tune it out and miss the lesson, because that would be tragic. God bless you. Have a great day. This is Carla Nix with today's inspiration.